Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 157 show. Once again, my name is Jonathan. Thank you guys for tuning in and sitting right here, a buddy of mine, Austin. I know we haven't recorded some content in a while for you guys. We've had just multiple things going on and everything, but we're back now. The season is pretty much underway. This is, at the time we're recording, it's Thursday. So, I mean, it's almost game day on Saturday for both Auburn and Alabama. But yeah, we're going to talk about some preseason expectations, what we think is going to be going on throughout the season for both Auburn and Alabama. Both teams I think are going to be pretty good this year, to be quite honest with you. But we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, I guess starting out, we'll just...
So I'll just start and say I'm so excited for this time of the year. I'm thinking... Kind of been in my feelings some this week, but I've been thinking about it. It's like, man, I'm just so excited. Yeah. It's near my birthday. It's the holidays.
I have a birthday.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah,
but, I mean, I'm
just really excited because I can think back to my childhood and how excited I got watching football and just waking up on a Saturday morning and just spending from 8 a.m.
game day
to 10 p.m. watching
game day to game time.
Yeah, can't beat it. So I'm really excited, and I think both teams are going to be good this year. So with that, we can just jump into Alabama.
Yeah, let's start with the Auburn schedule. We'll start with Auburn schedule.
Okay.
We'll let go through that, see their win-loss, what we think is going to happen, because, I mean, you never really know, but we'll give you what we think is going to happen. But starting out, I have, Akron, right?
Akron, yes. So,
I'm going to go ahead and just chalk that up as a W.
Yeah, we're going to skip over what I'm going to call a surefire win, which I'm going to consider Akron a surefire win. So we'll start with a win there.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good solid team, I guess, to open up with. I mean, they're last, but you get to see what you're working with on your offense.
It's a perfect start to the Harsin era with Auburn football. So I'm excited to see how it kind of, with their defense not being the greatest, I'm kind of curious to see how he's going to navigate the situation. So I'm excited for that. It was a good.
Is he going to be back? He had COVID or something.
He should be. Yeah, as far as asymptomatic as far as we've seen.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, maybe.
Yeah, we're going to try
maybe he'll be back for the first game, and I'm interested in it. Honestly, I'm really interested to see how he's going to do. So I'm just all in on it.
Yeah, for sure. Good plus.
All right, who y'all got? Who's after Akron?
Alabama State.
That's another just surefire win.
Right up the road. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go 2-0 there. I'm not concerned with it.
No.
So that kind of goes to the next one, which is going to be at Penn State.
The big one.
Yeah.
Whiteout.
I say,
dude. Yeah, whiteout game. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
That's one stadium. If I had to go anywhere, outside of the SEC for a stadium, I want to go there during a whiteout game. I think it is the coolest freaking place, and I've heard it is the absolute loudest damn thing. What is it? Beaver Stadium.
Yeah. So.
I think
a W.
You gonna call that a
W?
You think?
I think so. I'm taking it. I'm all in.
I was gonna chalk it up as an L, but go ahead.
I'm going all in. So
we need you. I mean,
truth be told, I think this is it. From what I've been reading, their run defense isn't the greatest, and with Tank Bigsby in the backfield, I think we're going to do it.
He's gonna be poised for a big season. I just think this is gonna be the first true test, I think.
Oh, for sure.
For them.
And that's why I was so happy about Akron. So it's going to give you that chance to see what's going to occur. But I'm going all in.
Yeah.
We're taking the W.
I mean, hey. I'm saying
Auburn's 3-0 at this point.
All right, go ahead. What's next?
All right, Georgia State.
Y'all just open up with 3 out of the 4 are just easy cupcakes.
Yep.
I mean,
so I'm taking W there.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's understandable. I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
At LSU.
That's night game, more than likely.
I can't. I don't know. I just know it's there.
Has Auburn? At one point, Auburn hadn't won in Death Valley
since 1999. If I'm not mistaken, it's still it is.
Is it still? They haven't.
No, because
for some reason I thought they had broke it already or something.
No, we were there when they blew the 20-point lead in 2017. So it was kind of disheartening. But no, I'm going to take LSU for a W.
You're really going to go against Auburn?
No. I'm taking LSU. I'm taking that we're going to beat LSU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, listen.
I got a homer opinion for it. I'll say that.
All right.
I'm willing to admit that. But there are some flaws, and I will admit that we will lose some games. We're going to get there. But so far, 5-0, starting Harsin off.
Think they make it in the top 10 the first 5 weeks?
They're unranked now, so maybe not. Top
Okay.
20.
Top 20 at least. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
What's
All right.
what's next?
Georgia.
Look, for you to say I'm chalking that up as an L.
Loss.
A loss straight off the bat.
That's the first bold I got over here.
Okay,
So-
I think that's straight up loss.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Georgia's gonna be really good this year.
Oh yeah, I don't expect. Sure, it'll be competitive just because of the rivalry, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be 5-1.
Okay.
Taking a loss at Georgia.
First loss of the season.
It's going to be in Auburn, but
Now, okay, when they lose, why did they lose? Is it the passing? They get behind him, you know?
I don't think that they can keep up. I think it's just the depth. I don't think.
Yeah, Georgia's been pretty good recruiting lately.
Yeah. Oh, killing it.
Top, top 5.
Easy,
I mean, in
for sure.
last 4 years, 5 years, something like that. I think.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So
Go ahead. So
we had some technical difficulties,
We're
but because
good.
Jonathan's such a great editor, he's going to
I'll edit all that out. You'll
edit
never
that out.
see
And
it.
y'all won't even see it, so it's great.
All right, so
we
go back to
left
Georgia.
off- yeah, 5-0 Auburn.
5-0 going into the Georgia game.
Going in to face Georgia, and I'm going to take it as a loss.
Is that a home game or
It is a home game.
It is a home
Yeah,
game. Okay.
yeah.
All right. I
Alabama
couldn't
and
remember.
Georgia at home this year. It's going to be a tough one, and we talked about for the difficulties that I think it's going to be the lack of depth. I don't think that Auburn's going to be able to hang with them, and just because of the recruiting and
Yeah.
the execution of
I
the
mean,
team.
like
I
I
just
said- like
don't,
I
I don't
said-
think Auburn's on that same playing field.
I think they'll be, they've been top 5 in recruiting for the last 3, 4, or 5 years, something like that. So I think that actually kind of, benefits in their favor for, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think it'll be a close game, but I think that Georgia will give Auburn their first loss.
Do you think Bo Nix kind of shows out a little bit, but lose for defensive reasons?
I don't know. I'm not on the Bo Nix bus. I don't know. Like he could very well not be in there at this point. I
Yeah.
really don't know. I mean, barring injury, I think he will start all season, but I just don't think that he's going to be the saving grace of this team.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been too impressed with him. He's going into a junior season, I
Yeah,
think.
junior year.
I mean, I haven't been too impressed with him. What I've seen, a lot of it just kind of chuck the ball up in the air and hope they catch it.
Yeah, and a lot of
So-
that's like some offensive line stuff. So hopefully,
Yeah.
he's going to grow and get better as the season goes on. But
Okay.
this is going to be the first loss.
Yeah. All right. So after
right.
Georgia, we're going into.
Going to Arkansas, and I think that this is the trap game.
But before we go any farther, I just want to say Arkansas got screwed last year with the fumble slash
Spike.
spike. Yeah.
Okay, so true, they got they got screwed. I'll give it that. But the call on the field,
it
the call
did.
on the field is what it is.
It is.
It just didn't fall in their favor. I'm sorry, Sam Pittman, War Eagle. Going to move on. We're going to Arkansas this year, and we're going to take a win.
Okay. All right. So we're sitting at 1 loss now. Arkansas
6-1. But
Okay.
I can't see it's being a trap game. Like if I have any, looking at the schedule real quickly, you're going in high. You did have that loss to Georgia, but you could have played them close. So you're overconfident on a team like Arkansas that didn't do well.
To me,
last year.
I think Arkansas they're going to be better this year. They even though they had a bad record last year, they showed
they are
improvement.
better than what that record.
Oh,
said.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
for
what I'm saying. It's exactly what I mean. You
Yeah.
get confident because you're going into Georgia 5-0, and you play Georgia close. You're confident, so that it could be a trap game.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna give them the W there.
Okay.
All right. So then we got Ole Miss.
That's to me that's another trap. Like just my opinion from if they can do what they did last year, as far as offensive production wise, they're going to be a team to watch out for because
Yeah, and see that's exactly kind of why I'm worried. It's not that the Auburn defense I'm not worried about. I think that they can hold strong.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that's the strong point of this team. What I'm kind of concerned with is going to be, can Bo Nix produce?
yeah.
Can the Auburn offense keep up with Ole Miss in the high-powered offense? I'm giving them a W, but I can see it being,
Trap close game.
a loss.
Okay. I mean I can see Lane Kiffin. I mean he's
He's a
he
wizard.
gives. I mean he is a offensive just guru, but I mean. To me, that last year they didn't have any. If they had some defense last year, they would have
It'd be a
been.
different
They would have been a good team. But again, I mean, I don't think they have the defense this year to really keep up.
Yeah. After Ole Miss, so I'm saying that we're sitting at 7-1.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go at Texas A&M.
Okay. New quarterback for Texas A&M. I do know that much.
It was just announced, within a month.
Right. I think he's a
time
freshman
recording,
too.
yeah.
So
I put down Auburn as a loss. I had Auburn will be losing this game. I hate to say it because as far as I'm aware, they've never lost at Cal Field since
I don't know.
A&M's joined the SEC. But I do believe that that'll be one of the losses. If I had to pick a loss, it's going to be to Georgia so far, obviously, and Texas A&M.
Right.
So I'm going to give them a loss, and they're going to be sitting at 7-2.
7-2. All right.
Mississippi State.
Okay.
And I'm just going to move on from that one.
That's an easy
I hate
win.
to say it to Mike Leach, but I'm just moving on there.
I like Mike Leach and everything, but
that's a win.
he can't do nothing right now.
At South Carolina. So I'm going to put Auburn down as a win because, going back to the Arkansas thing, this is Auburn's revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, too, I don't know if you know this, but, like, South Carolina's on, like, their fifth-string quarterback.
Yeah,
They got a graduate.
Transfer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw that last night. Yeah,
he's like a graduate assistant turned into a quarterback.
Yeah, he played North Dakota State behind Trey Lance.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah,
I
mean that's a good backup, I guess. But to me, it's like this is a totally different, out of the blue, left field scenario that they have to deal with.
Yeah,
and so I mean, I don't think they're going to be very good this year for obvious reasons with their quarterback situation and everything. But go ahead.
So we're going to close the season out with Alabama. At this point,
back to the Iron Bowl as the last game of the season.
Yeah, correct.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
Good job. So right now I got Auburn sitting 9-2.
Yep. Don't even go ahead.
They're going to lose to Alabama.
Okay.
9-3 is what I think the best situation for Auburn football in Harson's first year.
Yeah.
Now we can talk more about Alabama, but I will say, like I said, best case 9-3. Realistically, 8-4. With the 3 losses going to be Alabama, A&M, and possibly, or for sure, Georgia, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to do a toss-up between either Ole Miss or Arkansas. I think, like you said, those.
So you're guaranteeing, without a doubt, that you will win the Penn State game.
I'm not worried about Penn State. Not at all.
Okay.
I'm that confident. I am.
Okay.
That is it.
I mean, hey.
So I'm gonna say 9-3.
Which, I mean, realistically, that's not 9-3 is not a terrible season, and 8-4 is not necessarily bad. But I think people will be happy with an 8-4 season if they have an offensive productivity that they've kind of lacked under Gus as far as throwing the ball, being more balanced and stuff like that.
Yeah, that gets a little bit. Fans are not gonna be happy at 8-4 because that's what Malzahn was producing. But you got to realize that this is a new era.
Mm-hmm.
He's using Malzahn's players, and he's just trying to work through.
People got to have time.
His culture, as he's a man of culture. If you've seen the press conferences,
they got to give him time.
3 years.
They got to give him time.
I'd be happy 8-4. Yeah. That's my realistic expectation. Best case scenario 9-3.
Okay. All right. Well, Auburn 8-3 or 8-4, 9-3 possible. That'll work.
Yeah, I think Vegas has that 7, so I'm definitely going over what Vegas is saying.
I don't even.
And that's a bit of a homer opinion, I'll admit it, but I'm very high on the Penn State game.
Yeah.
That is the game that I think is going to make or break the season. I'm giving it to Auburn.
Now, y'all have it's a home and home with Penn State, I think. So is that y'all going there this time, and then next time, is it next season? Do you know?
I believe it's 2022.
Okay, so it's back
now
next
there
season.
could be some issues with COVID, but as of right now, yeah.
All right. Well, all right. So that's the Auburn kind of take there from the Auburn fan. We're going to go ahead and start Alabama. We kind of wanted to do this last because
hopefully it'll be
the past seasons.
Hopefully it's going to be quicker, but it will be quicker.
Yeah, as the past seasons have shown, it's pretty simple to, kind of predict Alabama's win-loss record for the most part. But starting out Miami game, I think easy W. They're a good team. They're 8-3 last year, and they returned. I want to say it was 10 out of 11 stars on offense, and I can't remember how many on defense. But Alabama has not lost an opener under Nick Saban. I'm going to go with the history on it. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be an easy game. I think Alabama's going to not necessarily blow them out the water by 40 points, but I could see 17 to 20 point difference, which, depending on the score, that seems like a lot. I mean, 20-0 doesn't seem too terrible. It's a good bit.
54-20 or 54-31 seems a little bit different.
Right.
Yeah, I'm giving Alabama the W here. Now I don't think it's going to be a 20-point victory. Now I think it's going to be less than two scores.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's hard to tell because Miami's in past history is not too good. But
know enough about them. And with King coming in and hopefully having high productivity,
they're talking very highly of him. From everything I've seen, they're talking very, very highly of him. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Moving on, the next weekend, the Mercer game, guaranteed. ESPN never puts these games at 100%, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's 100% straight out. It's an easy dub. Yeah. Nothing. Starters will be resting in the second half.
Auburn. Yeah, go ahead.
Starters will be resting in the second half. Next, is the biggest game. I think of the opening SEC would be the Florida game.
It's at Florida.
It's at Florida. They're breaking in a new quarterback. I don't think he's played too terribly much. Like he played enough. I think his name Emory Jones, I believe is what his name is. They recruited him. A lot of people were wanting him to play when Jim McElwain was there. I think it's the same guy. I could be wrong. But they talk highly of him too, offensive wise, for his legs and his I don't know if his deep ball accuracy is great, but he can throw the ball. Put it that way. He can throw the ball, but his legs are more of his thing. If Alabama can stop him, then I think we'll be okay.
One thing that you and I talked about previously was how many starters Alabama was returning on defense. I think based off what you're talking about, this quarterback at Florida, if he's got the deep ball accuracy or the ability to really precision and hit the ball downfield like that, I think that's going to be the tale of the day. What happens?
I think
then is going to determine the outcome of the game. I've got Alabama down as a W.
Yeah,
but if he can expose.
A couple seasons ago, Alabama's linebackers got hurt. This is there was like hurt linebacker after hurt linebacker. To me, that kind of helped this season because a lot of those guys have experience, and this is not going to be their first game, first big test game. So I mean that kind of helps. Solid defense coming back. I think one of the biggest losses we had was Patrick Surtain, but we have another guy, Joe. What is his name? Joe. I do this on the tip of my tongue. I just can't remember.
Well, Joe's going to do well.
Yeah, he's going to do very good. I cannot think of his name off the top of my head. I don't know why.
So I'm going to give Florida the dub, or give
Alabama easy is a dub. 3-0 going in.
All right.
Southern Miss, not even going to debate
W, 4-0.
W, easy. Ole Miss game, that's if you've seen last year's game, you remember last year's game, offense, after offense. I don't think it's going to be that way this time.
When has that ever occurred under the Nick Saban tenure?
I don't know if you've ever seen it.
The only other time that's ever occurred was the national championship game versus Clemson, where they just got steamrolled. There was no chance of stopping it. That won't happen again. I'm giving Alabama the W.
Yeah, Alabama's going to just
5-0.
I think they're going to roll on with it. Texas A&M. This is more or less a trap game. I still think Alabama's going to win. Nick Saban beats his assistants consistently all the time. There's nothing like.
All right, so you're going to give him the W.
I'm going to give him the W. I think this is where you're really going to start seeing Bryce Young kind of grow up into his starting role. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to be. I mean, you're going to really see him kind of become something here. I think they're going to do good. I mean, I think they're going to do real good.
I've gave him the W, and I'm high on Alabama. You're going to think I'm an Alabama fan, people looking like, yeah, he's an Alabama fan. No, I'm an Auburn fan. I'm being realistic with what's returning with Alabama. Pause. Who is going to be the first trivia question? Who's going to be the first assistant that beats Saban?
Ooh.
Go ahead. Just off the top of your
I want to say Kirby Smart.
Okay. All right. I was going to say Jimbo.
I was going to say Kirby Smart.
If it occurs, it's going to be
because of how close these games have been against Georgia the last couple of years. I think Kirby Smart.
It's going to be one of the two.
Okay. Eventually, someone is going to have to beat him because if every team gets an Alabama assistant, someone's going to have to beat him. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. All right. So moving on, next Mississippi State. W. Yeah. Leach is good, but he's not that good.
Pause again. Did you know that Mississippi State had the least amount of rushing yards out of any FBS team last year?
Because they threw the crap out of
the
ball.
That's what I'm saying. It was like 49 rushing yards.
That's crazy.
On average per game. It was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
All right, so Tennessee game. I think we're extending the third Saturday in October.
The never-ending.
It's just
Tennessee
constant.
Beatdown.
Ass beating constantly.
Yeah.
They're breaking in a new quarterback, and they don't have the depth. New coach.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to, stand up, just continue on, and it's just going to be what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, then we're off that week. We got a bye week, and then we go into LSU. I don't see this game being another blowout game, where we just do whatever we want. But I do think we'll still win. Probably, 3 touchdowns, maybe 24 points. Maybe. But I think we'll win. I'm hoping. It's a night game. I always enjoy the LSU night games.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
It's in Tuscaloosa this time, but even then, it's still a good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's another W. Coach O, I think, gets on the hot seat after that one. To be quite honest with you,
he's on the hot seat. They still want to admit it, but we'll talk about that.
I think it gets even worse. New Mexico State, easy dub.
Yep.
Over with. Arkansas, I think, is a trap game. Is a big trap game.
I mean, I truly believe Arkansas is better. Like we talked about when we discussed Auburn, I think they're better than what their record indicated. Sam Pittman has a good program, and he's turning it around. But realistically speaking, you're in Arkansas.
Yeah.
You're playing with the big boys in the West.
They still got to get their depth and stuff too.
so
I mean, they're not what they want to be.
Win.
Yeah, it's a dub, but I think it's gonna be closer than a lot of people think. Probably, in all seriousness, I think this one will probably be 10 to 14 points. Honestly, I don't know why. I just kind of get that feeling. It's trap game right before the Auburn game.
It's interesting
So.
that we both call it a trap game for different reasons, but
Yeah.
it's a trap game for both teams.
Auburn game, Iron Bowl, last game of the season, regular season anyway.
You already know my thoughts.
So, I mean, I think Alabama's going to be, it's a win.
Mm-hmm.
I think they put pressure on Bo Nix and just make him uncomfortable straight out the bat, And, I mean, it'll be a good game, I think, for the first half. Maybe a little bit more than that, but I think Alabama blows it open in the later.
Yeah, I think it's going to be lack of offensive production. I believe that's going to be the fault of the Auburn team this year. It's going to be lack of offensive production. I think defense, man, the secondary stacked. The defensive line is the weak point of the defense, which when have you ever heard that from
No.
Auburn? But with the secondary being so stacked, I think the defense is all around just a pretty stout unit. I don't even expect Darren Mason to stay there that long.
Yeah, I think he'll be he's a good addition.
Yeah, 100%.
He runs a good defense. So everything I've seen on him, he runs a good defense.
All right.
Even at Vanderbilt.
Yeah. So best case scenario for Alabama, you're saying?
Regular season, undefeated. I think worst case maybe a loss.
Okay. Yeah, I gave them 2 losses as like a worst case scenario. Like the realistic one, I put 12-0, but like a worst case scenario, I put them down for 10-2 with a loss at Auburn and Texas A&M. So the worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Jimbo being the first one to defeat him.
All right. So now we ran through the schedule. SEC championship. I'm assuming I'm gonna go ahead and assume Alabama from the West.
With Auburn in second.
Yep.
I'm that high on this team.
All right. Auburn in second.
Yeah.
All right. On the East, it's
Georgia.
I was gonna say Florida, but I got to think about it a little more, and I was like, I think Georgia's the team.
Georgia.
So okay, who's coming out on top?
Alabama.
You think this ain't the season that Kirby does it?
No. I think Alabama is the team to beat this year, and if they don't run the tables, I'd be very surprised. But I think that they are the team to beat. But I feel like if they lose a game, they will not get in the playoffs.
I could see that, but at the same time, it's like
because Georgia's if they lose, it's going to be early, so they're going to have a chance to rebuild back. If Alabama loses, it'll be middle of the season, or at the end versus Auburn, or in the SEC championship. They will not get back in if they lose a game.
Okay, now just playoffs. Give me 4 teams right off the top of your head.
Ooh, okay.
Right off the top of your head, go.
Alabama, Oklahoma.
2 more.
Oh, it's difficult.
2 more.
I don't know, man. I'm Clemson. I'm gonna give Clemson the nod there. I'm gonna throw in a wild card, Wisconsin.
A wild card.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Just, I can't think of a 4th team, so I'm gonna go with Wisconsin.
All right. I was gonna say Alabama, Clemson. I was gonna say Ohio State, and I really want to see just like a team just out of like the most random team in the world go
Wisconsin.
in. But I mean, I was gonna say Iowa State, but just because they was pretty good last year. They merely was on the bubble, so it is what it is.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So I think we're done. That was a good little recap of our schedule coming up.
Our expectations for the teams.
Expectations for our teams and stuff like that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on this video. Make sure you hit the like button, and also hit that notification bell as well to make sure you get notified when we upload more videos. They're going to be coming a lot more as the season's going on. We're going to try and put out as much as we can. I mean, we're really enjoying doing this. Just having fun with it and relaxing.
Having fun, just sitting back and just spitballing. I think it's kind of
that's the fun thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of just going with it. Like I would have never put Wisconsin in my top 4 until I got put on the spot. So.
I mean, something like that. I mean, it's just crazy.
You never know. So
yeah, but yeah, guys, thanks again. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification bell. Thanks for tuning in. Roll Tide and
War Eagle.